The scripture says, "The thief cometh to steal, to kill, and to destroy." To steal, to kill, and to destroy. There was a movie by Stephen King where a town was taken by a storm, and a demon showed up in the form of a man. And he said, "Give me what I want. Give me what I want, and I will go. Give me what I want, and I will go. Give me what I want, and I'll stop. Cops, tell me what we want. Mobsters, hitmen, criminals. Tell us where you stash the drugs. Tell us where you got your jewelry. Tell us where the money is, and we'll go. Tell us what we want to know, and we'll let you go. Give me what I want, and I'll go." The serpent at the tree. Tell me what I want. Give me what I want. And the demon showed up in the town, and he was killing people, mostly people that were guilty, who wouldn't confess. Finally, he went after the children. He put them all in a coma. Give me what I want and I'll go. What do I want? He said, "I want a child." Hannah wanted a child in the Bible. She didn't say, "Give me what I want, or I'm not going to serve you. Answer this one last prayer and I'll do what you want me to do, Lord." You've prayed that prayer many times, and you've gone back on every last one of those promises and pledges to God. Because you never intend to give God what he wants. What he wants is what's his already, by the way. The devil wants what's not his, which is why the scripture says, "The thief cometh to steal, to kill, and to destroy." Not you, God. He wants to steal from God. He did in the garden. He wants to destroy what God has. He wants to kill what God has given life. The wages of sin is death. Adam had life. He killed that. Adam had a promise. He had a pleasance. He had a great relationship. He destroyed that. He said to Yeshua on the mountain in the desert, "Bow down and I'll give you this. Turn these stones into bread and I'll do this. I have the power to give you all of this. Sign right here on the dotted line. I'll give you that. Give me what I want. I want the deed to your car. I want the deed to your house. I want the deed to your children, to your wife, to your life." When they were starving in Egypt and all throughout the land, they finally went to Joseph, the Egyptians. "Give us food. Give us food." "Well, what do you have to give me?" "I'll give you my cattle. You can have what good is my sheep, my cattle? We need grain. We need grain." "Okay, I'll give you the grain." And it's the next thing and the next thing that it asked for, until they had nothing left to give. They gave their silver and their jewelry for grain. Then they gave their livestock for grain. Then they gave their land, their deeds, and then they had nothing left. So what did they do? They exchanged grain for themselves. "We give ourselves to you. We'll be your slaves. Just give us what we want. Give us food." Think about it. The demon finally wanted the child, wanted them, and would kill all of them until they agreed to give up a child. You all die, or you all live if you give me one of your children. And they said, "Well, you're so powerful. Why don't you just take one? Why do we have to make that decision? It has to be your decision. I cannot accept it unless it's voluntary. I can't force you to take a bite of that forbidden tree. You have to do it on your own. I can't just go in there and do what I want to Job. I have to have permission." See, the devil needs permission allowance. That's what Yeshua said. You can do nothing except my Father allows you. Most of the things that we see, it is the Father allowing it or giving permission for it to be done. Why? Everything is about fulfilling his purpose. And it's not always about you directly. You are in the network of that purpose. In other words, it's for a bigger reason, a bigger cause, and it may not have anything really to do with you other than you are part of that will. You are a spoke in the will of God's purpose. Sometimes it does have something to do with us directly. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's not about us. Sometimes we're getting it to give it away. We're giving it to do it for someone else. We're giving it to help another man, not for us. The benefit is not that it's anything really connected to us other than we are the tool that God is using to get something done. Rather, it's a blessing or a judgment towards something else, all fulfilling what? His purpose. You have to willfully give and submit yourself to the prostitute, to the devil, to the mobster, to the criminal, to the thief. That's a willful. He said if you knew what time the thief was coming, you'd be up and be ready for him. If they catch you off guard, that's different. But most is because, as cops would say, most crimes are because of our ignorance, because of our unpreparedness. We're giving away things willingly, sometimes foolishly, sometimes ignorantly, because we refuse to have the wisdom of God. And as Guy just said, love and hate. One means acceptance, the other means rejection. It's not this emotional expression of disdain as much as it is a willful decision of rejection, purpose, and acceptance. So we love the Lord our God with all our heart, all our mind, and all our strength. And the devil has no power over us except that which God allows by our willingness to submit and open the door to him and not be prepared. We don't say no to the devil. We say yes too often. In fact, not only do we not say no, we invite him, like in the movie. You're inviting it. You're not rejecting it. You're not hating it. You're accepting it. You've exchanged your silver, your gold, your land, your life, your children, your own character, your own self, for the desire of the evil one. So, as the liberals like to say, it's a matter of choice. It really is. It's more a matter of choice than it is a matter of providence. Why? Choose you this day whom you will serve, whom you will accept, whom you will hate, and whom you will love. Lord, I choose you. Lord, I reject him, I reject her, I reject them, I reject it, I reject myself. I accept you. Some choose this, some choose that, but I choose Yetevahe. Yeshua my Mashiach, I choose the Lord. I choose to give, to sacrifice. I choose to obey. That's the decree. So when the devil says, you choose me if you want to live. No, no, no. I reject you so that I may live. You can hurt the body, you can hurt the mind, but my soul, my mind, and my heart belong to, no, you can hurt the body, you can hurt my stuff, you can hurt my positions, but my decision, my mind, my heart belongs to God. Job did not reject God, even though he felt rejected from all, essentially, the outward appearance. It does seem that he was rejected. If you measure it by, well, he's having money problems, where his family is falling apart. Well, his business is gone. His body is falling apart. And people will judge you. And the wife says, curse God and die. Reject God. Hate God. He did this. See, Job didn't say the devil did this, the devil did that, because Job understands nothing can happen except God allows it. Ultimately, when the devil's being used as a tool, as an instrument, or an enemy is being used, whatever, the weather is being used, still God is behind, ultimately, all of it. Because he's allowing it for whatever reasons. And remember what I said? It doesn't always have to do with something directly related to you. We are simply the spokes in God's will. Sometimes it's the collateral damage of God's will being done. Just like we get the residual benefit when God is blessing someone else, you come along on their coattails. You get the residual blessing. When someone else is blessed, they bless you. You see how that works? Oh, I'm doing really well. You know what? I want to help you. I want to bless you. Right? We all do it. Have a good day. People on the gambling tables do it all the time. They have a big win. They go and give the waitress, cocktail waitress, and the workers and big tips. The janitor, the maids get big tips. The residual blessing goes on even strangers. David went after the Amaleks, destroyed them, took back the women and children who had been taken captive in Ziklag, chased them down, got everything back and more. The spoils of the enemy when he got back even what they had taken. And then he distributed equally amongst the men that went out to fight, the 600 men. Even though some protested, he still did it. Then not only that, then he started calling the people around Israel, the other tribes, and said, I'm going to give you this. Hey, I just got some big spoils. Even though you had nothing to do with it, directly, let me bless you. Then they didn't stop there. Then he also found other people that he liked and friends and blessed them. I do it all the time. Myself. You see, it's a choice. You're giving the devil what he wants, thinking he'll go away. He doesn't. Like that cat at the door that you're feeding, it keeps coming back. Why not submit to God what he wants? And as the prophet said, yes, I know you paid for this and I know you paid for that. Write it off. Don't worry about it. Write it off, meaning let it go. Doesn't mean get an IRS benefit from it. Just let it go. But I spent all this money. Let it go. God can give you more. People hold on to their clients that are godless. In many cases, people that they should let go. You don't have to be a saint. But some of you are working and making deals with people that are absolutely godless. And the Bible teaches us not to align ourselves or ally ourselves to these things, not to connect to that. And many of you do it all the time. But they're not your source. Let it go. Draw a line and I can't do this. I'm not going to sit and help you put out music and things and words that are unholy, ungodly, and demonic. I'm not going to help you in the business. I see who you are. I can't do that. You don't have to be a saint. You don't have to be a Christian. The point is, I'm contributing to evil. There are many people who are not Christian that are not doing evil. And believe it or not, there are people who are Christian that they are. Most of Israel, most of the children of God violate God's rules. And you're the ones that read Bibles. And you're faithless in your tithes and offerings. You're thieves, murderers. And you see that throughout the scriptures. It's not just about the Amalekites. Sometimes it's about the Israelites. That's why the scripture says it's better to see a wicked man become righteous than a righteous man act wickedly. So, give God what he wants. Then you'll grow. Give the devil what he wants, and he'll never let go.